Are you looking to travel to Lisbon? Not only is it bright and sunny for most of the year, it can also be very affordable. We have for you 12 budget friendly things to do in Lisbon. Ride the Tram 28. One of the best and cheapest ways to get a tour of Lisbon is to hop on the famous Tram 28. Many locals would use the Tram 28 as a mode of transport, however, most tourists would take advantage and use the Tram 28 to see this beautiful city. Tickets can be purchased on board or in advance from any metro station or kiosk dotted around Lisbon for only €2.90. A daily pass can also be used, which would cover unlimited journeys within a 24-hour period. We recommend going early before 10 AM or late after 6 PM if you want to avoid a busy period, as you may have to queue up for even up to an hour during peak hours. Board the tram at the first stop, which is at Monte and stay on it right until the last stop.
Elevador de Santa Justa. Here is another tip for budget-conscious travelers. Buy a daily pass and you get access to the lift, as the Santa Justa elevator is technically part of the public transport network of Lisbon. Otherwise, a return ticket will cost you €5.15 alone. Hi guys, and welcome to this famous elevator based in Lisbon. It's called Elevador de Santa Justa and it's located in the Baixa area. Connects lower parts of Baixa with the higher parts of Largo de Carmo, which is the Carmen Square. It is a little bit windy in here, but the views are amazing, and you've got a 360-degree panoramic view of the city. As you can imagine, this is a very popular tourist attraction in Lisbon, which means the queue can be pretty long. However, you can avoid queuing as the top viewing platform can be accessed by foot through Largo de Carmo. Well, provided that you're willing to walk up the hills, and that will keep you fit. Of course, you won't get to ride the lift, but it will save you some time.
Miradouro da Senhora do Monte. If you enjoy the views over Lisbon, then you'll love this hidden gem. Whether you want to enjoy the views during the daytime or for sunset, Miradouro da Senhora do Monte offers the highest viewpoint in Lisbon. This amazing viewpoint can be accessed from Monte, but the walk can be quite challenging. No, we wouldn't recommend a leg session in the gym 2 to 3 days before this walk. Many visitors are put off by this uphill walk, which means uninterrupted 250-degree panoramic views can be enjoyed without being too overcrowded. It can get quite windy up there, so remember to bring a jacket. When you get to the top, you will come across a chapel which originally dates back to 1147 but was destroyed by the 1755 earthquake. The current one was built in the late 1700s. This chapel is believed to protect women during childbirth. Praca Do Comercio. As well as being an important hub, Praca Do Comercio is Lisbon's main square and is also a perfect place to relax, enjoy the views across the Tagus river and listen to live music from the talented street performers. This square was completely remodelled and reconstructed after the 1755 Lisbon earthquake. Today, on this square you can see the Rua Augusta Arch, which is located on the north side. This leads to the bustling Baixa district. Positioned in the centre of the square lies the equestrian statue of King Joseph I, who was the King of Portugal during the Great Earthquake in 1755.
Cheia de graça, ela menina e vem e passa dos palácios para o mar.
Eat at Pastel de Belem. Foodies, if you've never tried a sweet Portuguese custard tart, then the first place you should try one should be from Pasteis De Belem. The famous pastel de nata is believed to have been developed in the 18th century by Catholic nuns. Since then, Pasteis De Belem Bakery has mastered the recipe and has been selling them to the public since 1837. You can see how popular this cafe is even from afar. Since it can get extremely busy, you can also buy a custard tart and take it away. But I can't stress enough why the vibe is so much better if you're eating in. By all means, at least go inside and check out the interior. It's a lot more spacious than it looks from outside. And my favorite part, the intricate motifs on the tiles.
Also known as Pastel de Belem, is usually eaten with the icing and with the cinnamon on top. And let's have a go. The crust is all over me. It's delicious. First of all, have a look at the amount of egg yolk. It's very soft, ultra sweet, and the cinnamon definitely adds to the flavour.
Visit Belém Tower. Since you're already going to be in Belém, why not visit the impressive Belém Tower, which has been classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1983. Some visitors don't actually go inside, as the exterior architecture is said to be significantly more interesting, but you can be the judge of that. Take advantage and pay no entrance fee if you get there before 2 PM on a Sunday, otherwise it would be €6 for adults. Among many other spots in Lisbon, sitting outside the Belém Tower, especially during sunset, is a perfect spot if you're looking for a calm and relaxing vibe. Visit Jerónimos Monastery. The construction of this masterpiece began in 1501, which was completed 100 years later. Also located in the Belém district, the Jeronimos Monastery was able to escape the 1755 earthquake with only slight damage thanks to its clever engineering design. Another UNESCO World Heritage Site that's regarded as a top tourist attraction in Lisbon, which is not surprising really. Impressive throughout. Once you enter, you can really appreciate all the detailed artwork. It's well worth paying the entrance fee to see the Jerónimos Monastery. There's also a chapel which is free to enter. Make sure you don't come here on a Monday, as you'll be disappointed because it will be closed. Retro Elevator. Located in the store United Colours of Benetton in the Baixa district, on the top floor you find an old retro lift which is not operative anymore. Not many people know about this hidden gem, so you can snap as many pictures as you want without too much interruption.
Alex Factory. What's the sum of old factories and creativity? A hipster's paradise. If you speak the language of Shoreditch, then this is your place. This industrial area has been successfully transformed into one of the trendiest spots in the city, where you can expect creative outdoor artwork, plenty of cafes and restaurants to tingle your taste buds, vintage shops and live stream music.
So I can't actually tell right now, are we in Shoreditch or Lisbon? Because this is the Shoreditch of Lisbon Alex Factory.
Lastly, this spot is a great place to get some ideas and inspiration from some aspiring entrepreneurs with outside-the-box concepts. And if you want to leave Lisbon with a permanent memory, you can get yourself inked. Take a cruise across the Tagus River. An exciting and budget-friendly way to experience a cruise across the Tagus River. Simply hop on a ferry from Cais de Sodré, which will take you to Casillas. The journey is very relaxed and we'd be surprised if you had to queue up. There are approximately 3 ferry departures every hour. So enjoy the picturesque views of Lisbon, they won't leave you disappointed.
See Cristo Rei. Welcome to the iconic Cristo Rei. This statue was constructed in 1950 and completed in 1959. It was traditionally thought by the Portuguese that this statue was built to thank the church for protecting Portugal by keeping them out of World War II. Standing at 28 metres tall on a 75 metre pedestal, it boasts one of the most amazing panoramic views over Lisbon. So now we can take the elevator to the top and see what the highest point in Armada has to offer for us. If you're based in the city centre, taking a cruise across the river is one of the best ways to see Cristo Rei. Once you cross the river, you will need to take the 101 bus, which takes you to the entrance of the Cristo Rei statue. At ground level, you can enjoy the views of the Suspension Bridge, Tagus River and Lisbon's coastline, all for free. You can also enter the Chapel of Our Lady of Peace under the Christ King monument, free of charge. The views here are probably clearer than when you're up on the viewing platform, due to the safety barriers restricting your view. Last but not least, Lisbon Cathedral.
So you cannot leave Lisbon without seeing the cathedral right behind me.
This ancient complex is Lisbon's most important and iconic religious building with an abundance of history. Say Cathedral was the first religious building that was constructed by the 12th century Christian Crusaders. This building also survived the 1755 earthquake with little damage. From the outside, you can't not notice the Romanesque style rose window and twin imposing clock towers, but you have to go inside to witness the Gothic arches, medieval statues and decorative altars. You might as well, since it's free to enter. Say Cathedral is open to the public every day and there's a daily evening mass held at 7 PM in Portuguese.
Thanks for watching, guys! For more interesting content and travel tips, visit millennialtravelconfessions.co.uk.
Don't forget to subscribe.